So, I just wanted to focus for a bit because I'm having a lot of trouble focusing on these card effects. I think it's because it's very hard space for me to design in, so I'm just doing this to focus for a bit. I only have like about an hour before playtest jam, but I'm gonna get it done. So let me press some buttons. Boop. And forgot to press this button too. Boop. I haven't been streaming a lot lately, and oh, oops, forgot about that. Oh, I also forgot about that. Just a second. Hold on. Hold that thought. Alright, that's better. Always forgetting to not reveal my bank information on stream. Okay, anyways, so right now, so yeah, this is my first stream of me working on engagement. Maybe I'll do a little spiel of what that is. So, engagement is a solo game where one player has somehow gone viral and is getting a lot of attention on the internet and is trying to push for some lasting change against a system that's more or less resistant to change, like as usual. And then additional players could be introduced to add engagement in ways that could either help or hinder them based on their own personal goals. That part I'm still sort of wishy-washy on, but I'm sort of working on the solo part right now. What happened to my chat box? I'm realizing I don't see my chat box. I haven't streamed in a while. It's good that I'm doing this because I'm supposed to be doing a thing tomorrow. Where is my chat? Hello? Oh, there it is. Alright. Excuse me, we're cooking. We are cooking now. Alright. Okay, so let's see. I've been taking a lot of notes from the alt-right playbook to figure these out. But let's see. I've got so this column is the effects that happen when it's randomly pulled from a deck, and these are effects that are put into the tableau. And I think what I want to do is have it so that the bad cards have like a reverse threshold. Like, if you have less than this, then they're put into a tableau. Oops, that's not what here we go. And the requirement to ignore trolls. Can I make this font a little smaller? Just this font? Or does that make everything smaller? Oh, whatever. Whatever! Can I make this bold at least? Or oh, maybe that's what I do. Yeah, there we go. The aesthetics of my spreadsheet that nobody will see. It matters to me. Okay, so, alright. So yeah, that makes it a little bit easier for me. To conceptualize at least. So, Dog Whistler is always adding more trolls. They recruit a troll here or to the active click, and if you don't meet a certain requirement, maybe it adds one every turn or something. That seems dangerous because that's gonna... So like, here's the thing, like if these are adding like permanent things, then, well, okay, maybe that's fine because then though they could be things that just require you to spend some focus there to remove it, which I think makes some sense. You could ignore it, but it festers, or you could deal with it and expend some energy and let something not spiral out of control. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, let's just make it the same thing. During rest. Recruit one troll here. Excuse me, so here's the problem. If they're only recruiting... So like with the reaction, it could be done as like a... It could be added to like the active click that you're in. But if it's just in the tableau and it's during rest, then it's less clear where that troll gets added. Could just be like the last place you acted in. Or it could just be recruit one troll at each place each click you took actions in, or during rest, recruit one troll to each click with activity. And then activity is gonna have to be another keyword. I need to like keep track of my keywords. Let's make another spreadsheet for that. It's a community deck. Excuse me, with tableau cards and chain cards. And then chain cards. Chains are notification chains from a click. And then we've got tableau cards. I want a better name for that, but tableau, like, I need to use terminology that's part of, like, the common gamer lexicon, if that makes sense. So I can't just be making up random crap all the time, and I think tableau is just gonna have to be what I stick with here. Or I could call them something like enhancements or something. But they're not always enhancements, sometimes they're bad, they're modifications. Or they're usually making actions available. Options. Let's call them options. Tableau cards in a click. Okay, and then we've got notify, which is reveal from the top, and activate response. Excuse me. Let's see, what other keywords have I got going on here? I got draw. Draw from a deck to your hand. We've got banish, which is move a card to another deck, to its home deck. Root. Move a card to a deck of your choice. To the bottom. To the bottom of its home deck. Move a card. When you recruit, should go to the top of your deck. Yeah. To the top of... Oh, top of a deck you're active in. Okay, yeah, so I think I need a couple more up here. Yeah, clicks with your options in it. So if you have a tableau card in a deck, then you're considered active in it. Should actions be called? Just actions. But I want a word for the marker, like a noun. Let's see. Action marker placed on option. Let's see. What other junk have I got here? Recruit. Notify. I need peek and silence added. Oops. Move a card to the bottom of its current click. Move the, let's see, that's recruiting, silencing, banishing. I need to define the action of how you actually play cards, which is mostly just going to be adding them to a deck. I guess that's recruiting yourself. There just needs to be an action. There always needs to be an action that allows you to recruit to another deck or something and do something. I think that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, basically recruiting from your hand. And banishing from your hand is discarding. Yeah. Are there times when a card should just be straight up discarded to the box? I don't know. Excuse me. Not sure. I need a timer. Let's do 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Okay, alright. Brain, what are you doing? Let's see. I have to like do design work on like literally all my games. The only reason I'm prioritizing this one is for the Break My Game Jam, and it's not even using any of the mechanics anymore. Let's see. Special cards that add options when the requirement isn't met and cannot be and don't contribute their suit for idealist chains. The central main player. Trolls, yeah. And then influencers. Additional players. Okay, alright, so let's go back to this. So we've got So, okay, now that I got this definition in, I can worry a little bit less about it. Okay, so this will recruit a troll here. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's a problem. There needs to be... There's Okay, yeah, this is gonna get confusing if I have active and current and activity. So let's see. Well, active and activity, I think it's fine because, because they're all tied to the options. It's active if it has your options, it's an activity to activate those options. But, the problem is that... Excuse me. Problem is that the word active is often synonymous with, like, current, and, so I think I need a different word. Let's see, what's a very internet-y word for... engaged. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Why do I have this here? Clicks with your, options in it, and then... Yeah, that's the perfect word for it. And then, activity markers. Focus, I guess. Oh yeah, I was going to call this character the Foci, so I could possibly use different names for it. Foci, the central main player. Special cards that add options when the requirement is met and don't contribute their suit to the... for... the Foci. No, focus and foci now are getting mixed up. So I could just stick with idealist, but that's so wordy. I like foci, it's short, it's brief. Just like troll. Something snappy, there's engagement, there's impressions, there's clicks. Action marker placed on an option. It also is reminiscent of the technology which fuels your ability to take actions. Okay, so clicks. So you're engaged in a click if you have options in it. Clicks are your action markers. And then there's the current. Yeah, we'll just call it active. Which is going to be tied to notify. Well, let's see, is it possible for there to be multiple chains? I think I need to make sure that this never happens, that you never have multiple chains going on. If anything, things get dragged into the current chain, and that's what should happen. Recruit one troll here, and... and that the chain... Oh, that means it's going to be put on the top. Ooh. Oh, this one is nasty. Do I want it to be recruit? So, I'm also realizing that this implies a supply of trolls. So I think this should just recruit one troll to the chain click. Yeah. Yeah, this means that after... So like I was thinking that you might reveal a card from the, I don't know what you'd call it, the nexus? Like the the center of the storm, where the drama originated from. Alright, another keyword. What should the target be called? Objective. I like that. These are all words that are like... words like objective and skeptical are like fun because they're also slightly dog whistly, I feel like, if that makes sense. Like... how do I say it? Like... when somebody says, if I find a YouTuber and their name is something skeptic, I'm inclined to believe that there's some sort of like a conservative, like possibly fringe alt-right person, like just because of the patterns that I've been seeing. And that was what I kind of pulled up when I was like searching on what's the word? Urban Dictionary. So there's like some cultural basis to it, but on the face of it, a skeptic is like a good thing. Somebody who like critically thinks about issues in their world and like wants to fact check things and stuff like that. But it's like being co-opted, which is like the whole point of this game. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I really like the language like this. The objective, the goal, click, the Bokai must... I still need to figure out exactly, but they must infiltrate in some sense. That's their goal. Home of Trolls. Okay. I'm not sure I'm completely married to the troll terminology, but... let's see, so recruit one troll to the chained click. So this would get activated, let's see. Let's do a little play cycle here. Set, yeah. Select your cards. Set up, like, I don't know, 3 random clicks. Your objective click. And your personal click. And set your, like, identity card, whatever. Maybe it should be ego. I'm not sure. It's like the primary one. And then the play loop is take actions for take clicks, take take X clicks. Then what was it? This will often activate chain, so continue notify chain until there are no more notifications. Alright, let's see. Notify chain. Draw a card and follow its response text before moving on to the next notification. I think I might need a tracker for notifies, because if you start with 3 and the next one adds 1, then you have to like, yeah, so I need some sort of a notification marker. Draw a card and follow its response text before moving on to your next notification. Repeat until you're out of notifications or the deck is empty. Do you shuffle it every single time? Well, I mean like 3 shuffles a turn, but I think you kind of have to. You have to shuffle those cards back in. Unfortunately. That's unfortunate, but I can't, like... You can't deterministically set up your, like, the deck so that you know exactly how things are going to transpire again. There has, like... Because once you've seen those cards, yeah, so unfortunately, do you shuffle the entire chain? Shuffle chain back to the click deck. And then that's it. That's the end of the chain. Next, activate rest abilities. Pass play. That sounds really simple. Excuse me. Can I make it work? Let's find out. But okay, so that kind of helps me think about this a little bit more. So... During rest, recruit 1 troll to each click. Oh no! Each click with clicks? Damn it! Oh, I need a new word for click. I really don't want to say you word community over and over and over, but isn't there a word for like a internet community? Just a second. I need to provide a game for this Meeple League. Let's see. Oh, that was already taken. I'm thinking. I wanted something heavy. What was the what's like a really heavy board game? I'm thinking Small World. Gloomhaven's already taken. I think Small World's a board game, right? Like, this is a game that's, like, huge. Like... Is it light-hearted? Well, it's light-hearted, but it's like a heavy game. What's, like, the heaviest game that I'm familiar with? There's Power Grid. Power Grid's a good one. I feel like that's... Is Power Grid the game that people are introduced with? That was the game I was introduced with, but I don't know if other people are introduced with that game. Yeah, like a lot of games I'm familiar with, but I don't know if other people are. I'm gonna say Small World, I think. Let me just make sure that's not taken. Where are you, drafted list? Okay. Oh, no, it's not taken. Yeah, let's just take Small World. Okay. Yep, there we go. Excuse me. Dirt. What was I doing? Right. Working on my game. So that's right, I need to come up with a new word for community. So, like, what's a good word for, like, a circle? A circle is probably good. It's just not what it's actually going to look like, unless the chain is formed like a circle, which I could say you're supposed to do, and actually it might actually make sense to do, since most of the information is on the left side. What's another word for an online community? I feel like circle is probably the best one I could come up with. Let's replace all instances of circle. Oops, that's wrong. Do I have a capital click anywhere? Oh, okay. How often do I use click? I use click a whole lot, okay. Excuse me. Okay. Circles. That's better. Clicks is kind of high school reminiscent. That's not quite the right word. And circles, I think, is a little bit better. Add to active circle. Let's see now. Let's start. Okay, so during rest, recruit one troll to each circle with clicks. And then it kind of needs like an option, essentially. Click to banish. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Click to banish. Okay, so what's the requirement to not have dog whistles? You need people who are like alert enough. Let's see, is that the name of the game? Yeah, this is the game. eBay listing is $150? Oh, I kind of want this game. I legit want it because I can't find it anywhere. Wait, are there videos on it? Yeah, there aren't. I'm going to buy Jewels in the Attic, and I'm just going to make this... The rest of my life is just going to be Jewels in the Attic Let's Plays, okay? God, I have such good memories of this game. Ah, these items. Oh, no wonder I love this game. The metal chuck, I remember that! Ah! Oh my god. Okay, where was I? Okay, where was I? So we need people need to have like some level. You need to have okay, these are basically things you've invested into, like the shared cultural space of the internet, to prevent this from impacting your specific issue. So there would have to be enough communication out there for people to be aware of it. So you would have had to have had a modicum of like really resonant expression that's out there. But okay, so something I have to keep in mind is that, well, this would be in part of the chain. So then this requirement would have to be exclusively from your card. So you'd have to express a bunch of art in there. So yeah, I have to remember that these requirements have to be in the context of a chain. which may be very difficult to pull off. Well, no, actually, these cards, the troll cards, are being pulled at the end of the turn. Yeah, I think I forgot that. Should it be after every click or after every turn? Let's notify one from objective. So yeah, let's see. No. Oh, okay. It should be at the end of the chain. Okay. Notify one from objective. Yeah. So then the trolls need to just have special text for if there's an active chain, because they might be added. That's the one case where they might continue the chain. There has to be an easy way to... Yeah, basically, there needs to be... The objective needs to have a rule that says, recruit one and notify one at the end of every chain, or something like that. Yeah, so the chain could potentially continue from there, but, Yeah, okay, so... I don't know, for playing a chain. Once a chain, or there has to be another further term for notifications. Pings. Let's call them pings. Count of notifications left in a chain. Yeah, so then there's going to be a troll circle where the rule says that once per chain, when pings reach 0, add one ping and recruit one troll and recruit one troll to that deck. Recruit one troll to the chained circles. Yeah. To the chained circle. And notify one. Yeah, once per chain, when pings reach 0, recruit one troll to the chain circle and notify one. basically add a troll to the deck and notify it, and then activate it. Then what should be the action here? Maybe this could be the goal. I'm not sure, but that's going to be the rule change that the troll circle adds. So then, okay, so let's think about it with that context then. Okay, where was I? Just making sure. Where was I? Getting distracted. Okay. Just want to make sure that I don't have my time zones wrong. Let's see, this is at noon. Yes, okay, got it. Alright, so we're good. Let me make sure I don't have any missed calls or something important like that. Nope, we're good. We're Gucci. Gucci good. Okay, we are still good. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so Dog Whistler is gonna be dangerous because they recruit an additional troll. Maybe now that I've thought about it in this way, they're basically always being added to wherever you're being active, which is kind of a big problem, but I should keep that in mind. Perhaps I don't need to give them a special... The powers should be for the influencers. I think that's how I should think about this. Recruit one troll here. Like, okay, so I don't know if this is even necessary now at this point, because this is already happening. This card is, like, kind of just adding, like, dead weight for, like, the others. Maybe that's another way of thinking of it, is that, like, this is as, like, an opportunity for people to step in and stop it from getting worse, or to capitalize on it and... Well, I guess it's recruiting one. It's basically setting you up for bad time next turn. So, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Maybe the requirement could be to remove it. Yeah. The only problem is that right now... Okay, actually, how are options added? I need to think about this. How are options added? So there's a notification chain, and is that the only way an option could get added? I think it is. Because otherwise you'd have to, like, play it from your hand when the chain is just right, which I think I want to leave as an option for influencers, but not necessarily for the foci. So yeah, so let's make it so that let's see, so notify chains. Reveal a card. Yes, okay, yeah. This is a little bit more intuitive, I think. Am I getting better as a designer? Am I tooting my own horn? Okay. Reveal card. On it. you may add it as an option instead. Otherwise, follow its response text. Repeat until you're out of pings. Okay. Alright, yeah, the structure is like coalescing out the ether. Okay. So then this is what's required in the chain to make it sure that it's not a problem. And this is happening at the end, so I feel like these could be like higher. These could be like higher kind of problems, because this is going to be after there's like a guaranteed amount of like engagement already. So like if there's enough woke talk, then this won't come to be. So then so that means that these should probably have like a win tableau and a or no, they should just have like a explicit click to something. I think that's what it should be. Finish this immediately. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm liking this more. So then it's I no longer have to have a wonky rules alternative for trolls. Yeah, they could just follow the same rules as everything else. Okay. Alright, I'm feeling better about this. I'm removing the wonky rules. Okay, so let's see. Well, here's the thing. I like some of these being, like, passive things. Where was I? Right, okay. I did not make very many cards, but I feel like I made more structure at the very least. But yeah, I really need to think about what these cards are doing. So, okay, now that I've thought about it from this context instead, I could make it so that it's possibly the first thing that happens. Would that be better? That would mean that it's almost impossible for you to ever meet the requirements to make sure that they don't happen. Am I stream being that far off? No, wait. Yeah, it didn't. Something's wrong with my stream bot. I have to look into that. So, okay, I guess I need to think about, like, what your path to victory is with this architecture. And what is the default? So, I don't know about that. But, here we go. So, I have this action. Oh, oops. Oops, what's going on here? So I was giving them a basic default click option of draw 3 here, and yeah. Well, let's see, what do you do with cards in your hand then? I think there needs to be a differentiation between when you add a card at the top or the bottom of the deck, and I'm not completely sure. So I think recruiting should put them at the top, because you're like actively inviting somebody, there's like that goodwill that's already present, they could kind of jump into the conversation like immediately, like bam. And then there's just like sort of cold call joining. It's not really cold call, because like usually these spaces are open and like they say they're welcoming, and they would want people to join them. So but that's kind of the difference. You're joining instead, as opposed to being recruited, invited. Yeah, change this from recruit to invite. Move a card to the top of a circle deck here. Of a circle you're active in. Just join to the bottom of any circle. Yes. Okay, alright, that's better. Okay. Gives me a little bit more space to play. So, draw 3. Okay, so I'm almost got it set up here where you don't have a hand. Do I want to make it so that you just never have a hand? Make it so like, well, what does peek do exactly? Did I not put peek in here? Oops. I didn't, okay. What did I say peek does? Or did I never actually say? I think my assumption was that you just look at those cards and put them back. Look at cards and place back in any order. I like that. What should you do with your hand? I guess I was thinking that you wouldn't be able to do stuff directly from your hand unless prompted to. And it would be stuff like join from hand or invite from hand or banish from hand if somebody was attacking you. Although I guess you could banish to your own hand if you just weren't ready to use that card. Oh. I feel like once again I have an opportunity to make your hand tied to one of the suits in play. So So I think, okay, so I was thinking originally that notifications could be tied to your art, but I think maybe those should be tied to, so like, the way I was abstracting this was that like, knowledge and familiarity with tech allows you to navigate the space more efficiently, so that enables you to take more actions, you're able to automate things, whatever. Whereas money was like, kind of like, almost like staying power, resilience, influence. Like if you have money, you have like more like emotional energy, I guess, to say. Like you could afford to spend time like in social spaces. Different from like the time that tech gives you. Tech is like your ability to take direct action, whereas like the money and that comfort and that privilege just gives you more time to engage in those social spaces, which is more than just like a quick like so I guess it's more presence. And then art is just your ability to efficiently express yourself. So I think if you have high art, then you should have a bigger hand size. And then what you do with your hand, that just means that you have more options when you're given the opportunities to play cards, I guess. I don't know, just the whole drawing cards into a hand seems like I guess the thing is that like the whole reason that this working with this engine is that it does not feel like you have direct control over how people respond to your actions. You can't guarantee that like some tweet's gonna go viral. It's like something that takes like some fostering and work and connecting with people, and then just happening to say the right thing that resonates with those connections that you've made, right? So like maybe art, like having like better communication, expression, things like, I don't know, it vibes with me that should trigger more notifications. But that seems like a passive card thing. But I don't know what you do with cards in your hand. What is that representing? Like, I guess that's representing how you decide to engage in these spaces. Like, if tech is the ability to efficiently, directly interact with those spaces, and money is the resource that gives you the space to emotionally engage with the people, like in a time-wise sense, then art would be having the tools to articulate efficiently in those moments. Like if you're poor at articulating yourself, even if you're in those spaces and you're able to like respond immediately every time, you're just going to be like winning bids or something. You're not going to be changing minds. Like you need to kind of know how to respond to stuff, and knowing how to respond to it later is not going to help. So yeah, I feel like it should be hand size. But then what do the cards do in your hand? I guess those are ways that you could add to a chain. Like cards that you have, just like the way I was envisioning influencers being able to basically add their card to the top of the deck, and that being the notification that you draw, it might be the same for you. But then it feels odd to have like a... Yeah, I think... But again, I'm going into that space where you're playing a card for its reaction effect, and I don't know if I want to be able to do that. Some of these things do make sense. Like, you do want to have some ability, some agency over some of these. And the way I'm envisioning this, there needs to be like some flexibility in being able to like cancel people's stuff and chain off of them like manually, not just like randomly. So yeah, so I think you would have to use a click to start a notification chain, but you could play cards from your hand to add to it. Yeah, and being particularly expressive and like articulate and creative will enable you to have more options at your disposal to influence appropriately given the chaotic nature of conversations and dialogues. So yeah, okay, so so let's add a thing up here. What's going on here? Okay. So let's see. So like this is tricky because like the suits are basically based off of your options. So like being able to money allowing you to have more options is tricky because that means that a certain number of them would have to be. Well, I guess you could have cards that are double money or something. Max options. Adds one max options. Adds one max clicks. Adds one card draw. Okay, so then here's the thing. If you're drawing cards, that means it's very possible you'll end up with somebody else's card. I guess that's fine, provided that I stick to the rule that the Bokai cannot use troll cards. They just clutter up their hand. Okay, so, alright, so then if that's the case, then that means I should have very few things that let you draw cards. Don't have anything else that let you draw cards. I think that's the only one, and that's fine. So okay, so is the idealist's power is to start a chain anywhere. They've got a lot of attention, they could do that, so let's just stick with that. Notify anywhere. Okay. This essentially defines like the player, the Fokai's like economy. They have two actions, they could have two options, and they have 4 cards in hand. This is one of their options. This feels like, well, no, actually it's fine. Okay, so alright, so let's think about this. That means that these tableau cards are like really beneficial for other players, and I really like that. Okay, I think I need to take a break for a minute just to make sure I seamlessly get ready for this, make sure I check in with people IRL, catch up on my feeds. I'm not sure. I did not make a lot of cards, but I feel like I added a lot of structure where I did not have any before. Let's see if I could bang out some cards in the next 5-10 minutes. So right. So I was thinking, so cards could be played. Right. Okay. Okay, priority. Okay, so let's see. Banish one Pokai here. Then if you've had enough presence, then people might back you up instead. Call out. All these could be called that, at least tentatively. Okay, so these are going to do things like reversing your progress. The problem is that it feels like there's very little. Well, I guess there's other things. What are the ways that you could be targeted? You have your options, you have your cards that you're trying to establish in the deck, you have the other cards that are like neutral. You have your action supply. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of things here. There's not a lot, but there's enough that you could have like a good variety of troll cards. So what's something that will consume your energy? I mean all of these will, but will take like more clicks to take care of. Like this one's gonna take more money. So this one will like banish one option. Alright, now let's see. I basically need rules for what happens when you drop below your... when you lose coins and you... What happens when you lose coins and you have a lot of options out there? Because that's basically what it's going to do. It's just going to invoke that rule. Boca has one less until rest. So the only way you don't really have to worry about the debater is if I feel like you have like, again, you have like friends that you've expressed these points to and they're able to call them out. something that requires clicks would be somebody who's like providing like bull crap, so what would be a polite term for somebody who lies? Fabricator? Alright, I think then if you had a lot of tech, you'd be able to call them out. Well, if somebody generated some lies value, what would be the consequence of that? I think you would get cancelled, so maybe this should be the banish. Maybe this should be like banish, 2 foci here. Or, I don't know. Chain. Stuff like this. I need to think about this some more, but yeah, I'm gonna take a break so I can make sure that I'm getting ready for the playtest swap. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a good one. Let me do this thing. Oops. Oh, click the wrong buttons. Let me just so I can see my mug before I go. Alright, ciao, bye. Thank you for joining me.